Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. Same difference. Agenda, City of Calexico Planning Commission. Notice today, Monday, February 22nd, 2016. It's now 6:35, 6:36. This is a public meeting. Appropriate public decorum is observed. If you wish to speak regarding any item on the agenda, please wait until the item is under discussion. The chair will request comments during that item. Approach microphone and state purpose of your concerns. If you wish to address the commission on any item not on the agenda, you may do so during the public comment portion of the agenda. Call to order.
Present.
Here. Present.
Here.
Okay, 4 of us are present with Chair Rodriguez not with us today. So now we go to Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Jung.
Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented? So moved by Commissioner Usan, second by Aye, second by Jung, Commissioner Jung. So all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, passes 4-0. Any public comments? Okay, none. Information. I guess we only have one item. It's an informational item. San Diego State University digital sign. San Diego State University proposed to replace the existing static sign with a double-face internally LED illuminated cabinet with white plexiglass faces and translucent vinyl graphic overlays. Presentation by our building manager, Ralph Morales. Where's our attorney, Mr. Morales?
Excuse me?
Where's our attorney?
He didn't come.
I can see that. Thank you.
He didn't make it.
Minutes. A little bit more distant. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Basically, the San Diego State University, the representative came in. They are interested in improving or upgrading their sign that they have. That's right there on the corner of Heber and
6th Street.
6th Street, thank you. On the corner of Heber and 6th Street. So basically what they want to do is they want to remove that sign. They want to put a new box in it along with a digital sign that's going to advertise their school activities and the activity at the university. One of the conversations that we had, I did tell them at that time I wasn't sure exactly the location of their sign, but I did tell them that if it was on city right away, then they would probably have to move it into the school's property. Went by, took some pictures. As you can see, the sign is right in the middle of the handicapped ramp. And so what we will be doing is once I get the consensus of the Planning Commission is if the Planning Commission sees that it has to be moved, then we will tell them that their sign would have to be moved. That would consist of having to do a engineer plan for the footing and show us the location as to where the sign is going to be, and then show us the sign of the box that they're going to be putting up. So basically what we're doing right now, we're requesting that the Planning Commission provide us some recommendation as far as the for staff to go out there and tell them that they have to move their sign from the existing location.
The IID, do they have a right-of-way on city properties as well, right?
IID do have city right-of-way.
Is it something in agreement, in writing? How does it work out?
Usually the city's right-of-way is for the purpose for utilities,
Infrastructure.
gas, electricity, and even water fixture, or well, not fixture, but water lines, meters and all that. That's the purpose of the right-of-way. So they do have that right.
Yeah, I believe, done with the presentation or you're?
I'm done, yes.
I believe from what I see, I kind of never paid attention when you drive by, but from what I see in the picture, it is almost on the street. Maybe even a risk of somebody crushing into it. It's way in the corner, when the curb is, and it's on a city property. When did the right-of-way have been given to them? Or is it something that, if you go back to the original, when the sign was made, there was any agreement between San Diego State University and the city of Calexico as far as where the sign is going to be located? Do they grandfather this, or how is it worked out?
Well, I'm sure at the time that San Diego
Well,
State
this is all
put up
concrete.
the sign, they probably did get approval from the city to go ahead and put it in that location. Since then, as you can see, under the new laws, California laws for ADA compliance, they went ahead and put a handicap ramp there, which is now in the path of that sign, which means that whoever comes in a wheelchair has to maneuver around the sign and could make it a liability for the city if somebody was to get hurt and trying to maneuver around it and unable to do so. The other thing that would probably happen is that once it goes to Public Works may very well require San Diego State to go ahead and do some improvements to the sidewalk if some of the sidewalk is damaged, even looking at the ramp there.
Is anyone here from San Diego State University to address this?
No, nobody's, that I know. You're not from San Diego State?
No, well, I am, but I'm not part of it. I'm just a student.
Oh, okay. Okay, no, we don't have anybody. We had a conversation with the individual that brought this in. They are aware of the fact that the city could make them relocate that sign. They don't have, according to her, they don't have a problem if they have to relocate it. They just want to know whether or not they have to do it. What city staff wants to do is get that consensus at this point, from the Planning Commission, so that when we go back, we can tell them that it was reviewed by the Planning Commission, and the recommendation of the Planning Commission, if it is, that they relocate their sign.
Yeah, to begin with, since it's, in a sense, could be interpreted as violation of the
ADA.
ADA,
ADA.
it has to be done.
yes.
And it's a good point that while during this process that they do this, and if it does damage the entry, exit of that for handicap, then they have to accommodate there as well.
Yes.
Fair. So, right now, to me, it's like a slam dunk. So, is there a motion for its approval? Unless you guys want to go to further discussion?
No, just, you say it's Heber and 6th Street?
Yes, Heber.
The sign is 7th Street. If you're looking at this
Oh,
corner.
it's Heber and 7th.
it's
Heber and
7th Street. And just one
Your
thing,
presentation shows 6.
Oh, okay, my fault.
sorry, that's okay. No, the sign,
Good catch.
the height limitations, it's in compliance with the code?
Well, we would make sure that it would be, at this point, I would say that
It meets the code? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because, well, at this point, we don't know where exactly they're going to be moving it, like you said. So just to make sure that it doesn't obstruct the view of the street sign
Yes.
wherever they're going to replace it. And yeah, definitely, it's an ADA violation, and it looks like they will have to resurface the entire sidewalk there for wheelchair accessibility and pedestrians. So, yeah, I don't have any problem.
Like you said, like their new sign, the one that they're, the new sign we're proposing to put up, it looks really nice. Look close to this one.
Yeah.
Oh, the neon one?
Yeah. I can not the digital one.
Well, that's what they're gonna do. They're proposing a digital sign.
Like that moves around,
Yes,
they could change different phases and stuff?
So they could put, different messages on it and everything. One of the things that they did comment on is that they wanted as close as property line as possible because they want to make sure that everybody has a view of their sign as they go by. But, to be quite honest, I think that being a digital sign, they're bright enough as it is at night and even in the day, that even if they put it a little further back, then people will see it. It's not, the area is clear enough that it can be read, but we'll work with them and make sure that they get it as close as their property as
Do
possible.
you have to bring it back to us as far as where's the new location and the height and all that? Or this is the information, the same height, same size they're going to be using the new location?
Well, if it's a pleasure of the planning commission, what we can do is once they bring in the plans and everything, we could bring it in as informational items so that you can see what it's going to look like and where the location can be. That way you can be aware of it since you're the one that make the recommendation for the relocation.
Yeah, just to follow up, yeah.
Would it be an informational item or a discussion item? Because informational item, you can't make a decision on.
Well, I would think it would be more of an information item as long as they meet, unless you feel that you want to discuss the location of it.
We can make the motion that we approve the same size of sign in other property rather than a city right-of-way.
Okay.
That could be
In their
a
own
fair
property, yeah.
motion, yeah.
What we'll go ahead and bring it back for your review and your recommendation as far as the height and the location of it, and then that way you can see the type of sign that they'll be putting up.
Well, if
So
it's-
we'll bring it back for your,
If it meets code, then yes, it's
Yeah.
only an informational item.
okay, we'll bring it back.
If there's a challenge to it, then yes, you have to come in a discussion item.
Yeah, we have a meeting every 2 weeks anyway, so it's not like 2 weeks is going to break the deal.
Okay.
So we'll bring it back.
Is there a motion?
I made a motion to,
Time out. It's an informational item.
Yeah.
There's no motion.
There's a motion.
What's that?
we can put that on the agenda. We
Okay.
can put, if we have a vote of four members, we can put that on the agenda
Go ahead.
as an item. I make a motion to put that item on the agenda.
For the next meeting.
No, even for this meeting, we can.
Okay, so it's an amendment to the agenda.
Yes,
Instead of informational item, it'll be a discussion action item.
we can.
Okay.
We can make a motion to put it on the agenda. If we have a majority vote, well, look into the city ordinance. I
You know
believe,
what,
with the council.
Morales, make sure that's under the discussion action item.
Next time,
For the next
okay.
Yeah, because it's just informational item, but look into city ordinance. I think we can put an item on the agenda if we have majority vote. I think it require at least 4 votes. Okay.
Well, we can just clarify it first.
We don't even have the bylaws, so once we have the bylaws, we can tell what we can do
Yeah,
or
what
not.
else, the bylaws?
We're working on it. I'm working with the city clerk on it, so I'll try to have it here by the next meeting.
All right, so we'll acknowledge received of your informational item. And for the next meeting, please put this under discussion action item.
Okay.
And obviously a clarification on being able to put something, a change in the agenda. Any other comments, commissioners?
No.
No? Then is there a motion to adjourn?
Staff comments?
So move.
Moved by Mr. Puente.
Staff comments? Do they have any comments?
That's what he's been doing, staff comments. You got any staff comments other than this?
No. Well, the only thing, some information, just to share with you, we have received some plans from the outlets. They brought plans in to enclose the existing outlets, so they'll be putting a roof over the existing outlet. So it'll be more like an indoor
More
mall.
summer friendly, okay.
Yeah, so hopefully within 30 days, they can start construction, so we have that. And then
Are they going to put AC?
Yeah, they're going to put an AC on it, so it will be like a regular mall. So between the aisles, between where the stores are, between those aisles, they're going to put a roof over all that area and all the walkway that's in there.
Yeah.
And they're going to put doors, and so it's actually going to be enclosed. So it's going to have air conditioning, it's going to be with AC.
But that's a major renovation. It's not something easy.
Well, they're hoping that with that, it's going to attract more people.
Well,
See, in the
but-
summertime, people don't go because it's so hot. They have misters, but that don't,
Something like
you know,
that
in the
would
summertime
compete
doesn't
against
help.
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
so they're hoping that that will help. We're hoping that by next month, we should be getting plans for the other section of the outlet. So
The phase two? The phase two?
yeah. Yeah, so we should be getting those. And then they should also be starting finishing up the new street. The street, the continuation of the street on Second Street.
Answer Road?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might as well put some solar energy on top because I heard that they're not paying the electric bill.
What's that?
Who's that?
The outlet having some problem. They haven't paid the electric bill. That's the rumor. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
It's time to go solar.
The Carols, I also heard that IHOP was going to go in there.
I heard that I heard it from a local contractor, and so I gotten back to him, and he said they're still working on it, but he's...
So it's still alive?
It's
not
still a
dead?
possibility. The other thing is, we also got an application for the strip mall that's over where the Dollar Tree is at, on Rockwood. What's that?
Oh, yeah. uh-huh.
Up on Rockwood. They're going to be renovating that, and my understanding that they may have some new tenants going in there. And the last I heard, that there may be a market going in there, something like the Cardenas.
So it's not going to be Peso Market?
Peso Market, no, Peso Market gonna stay as it is. I mean, they haven't sold that yet.
Okay.
But across the street,
So the talk is about Cardenas coming into town?
the talk, I've heard rumors. Nobody's come in and talked to me about it. So I don't know where that is. They say that it may come in where the old bonds used to be. So if that's true or not, I don't know. That's rumors I hear, and it's rumors from the outside.
Any
so.
information on the Arbor building? That area is really
That's still owned by the state, isn't it?
eyesore.
And
No,
that's-
owns by the city.
That's owned by- it's
City of
owned by-
Calexico.
RDA.
Out there. They
Oh, RDA is not
already,
the city.
there was a proposal to demolish, they already approved it. They were supposed to start in January, and it's still in March, and they haven't started.
Yes, well, we finally got the approval on the agreement. We had the attorneys reviewed it, and they had some changes, and it kind of went back and forth with the contractor. So we finally, it's finally been approved by both the contractor and the city. It was signed by the city individuals, and so the contractor signed it. So we're hoping that they'll come in tomorrow and pick up the agreement. Once they do that, there's a 10-day waiting period to inform the Labor Commission, and we're hoping that within 10 days, they should start the demolition. So it'll be the demolition of the building, and then the removal of the
Prevailing wages there, or what?
prevailing wage. That's a prevailing wage
There's
project.
some asbestos, right?
Yes. The asbestos has been removed. That was removed way back when the city purchased the building, so we should be okay on
Why
that.
don't you let the fire department practicing on it?
I don't think they allow the fire department to do any more practicing. I think there's a new law now that don't allow them. That's what I was told.
I lost my train of thought. I just heard just today that Union Bank will be closing in May. Is that correct?
That's what I heard too, that there will be
Oh,
closing.
hey. I gotta go visit them.
Union Bank
Apparently with the problem that they're having
with the border.
with borders, and what I heard is that all the banks within 10 miles of the border,
Well, the Union Bank and Wells Fargo have really, in fact, Union Bank was probably the first one, I understand, that became very strict with the policy on how to, not only to get an account open, or to open an account, but they were already filtering their customer base, where they were closing accounts. And I went to go see the branch manager last week, and there was nothing mentioned of it.
Why does this happen all over the borders? Because I just came back in San Isidro, they have maybe 100 banks right within 2 miles distance. Why is that happening in Calexico? What's the reason, do you know?
well, I really don't know what the main reason is. What I've heard from some individuals is that because of the large amount of paperwork that has to be done,
Yes,
that a lot
sir.
of banks just don't want to deal with it. It's not worth it for them because either they're not making that many loans to cover the paperwork. So to them, they can close down here, they're going to open El Centro, and basically they feel that everybody's going to go to El Centro and bank over there. But who knows, maybe Wells Fargo may be next, I don't know. We're hoping not.
No, in fact, Wells Fargo is expanding in Calexico.
Yeah, so,
So, I'll find that out, because I gotta go some business with them.
Question, has the city offered the banks any type of incentives to build like little external ATM machines?
I know that they
Like a kiosk.
some of the banks are doing that. They have some over, like, for example, at Food for Less, they went ahead and put one in there. Wells Fargo has put up another one. Bank of America has external ATM machines. So there are those ATM machines throughout.
You give the members of the community some type of source of banking at least, because if I have to go to the bank, I mean, I drive to
El Centro, right.
But I mean, if I could deposit the checks like in an ATM machine, like,
Yeah.
it'd be a lot easier. And I don't know if the city has offered them any type of incentives to like either waive the permit fees or work with them and let them put these things in the city at various locations, so you can at least have some type of banking.
Yeah.
Services.
Well, that would be something that could be discussed with the Economic Development Commission and see what they can come up with. Unfortunately, the only thing the city has, they can do direct deposit to the banks, which would help, but unfortunately, I don't know whether there's anything that the city can do as far as keeping the banks from closing. Or basically, if they see that they're not making any money, they're going to close there.
Yeah, it's a business decision, and they'll do what they have to do, but perhaps we can convince someone to keep like a kiosk of ATMs available for citizens, businesses, tourists, etc.
Well, you know, it's going to hurt the economy somewhat, because what happens is you get the people that come in from Mexicali to do their deposits, and if they have to go all the way to El Centro, guess what's going to happen? They're going to go do their deposit, and then they're going to do all the shopping over there. So it's going to have an impact, and it's going to affect the businesses down here for a certain percentage.
You guys build them a kiosk like in front of the PD, in city property, and put an ATM in there, like a little building? Because I mean, where else would you feel safer than to go to either withdraw or deposit some type of money than in front of the police department?
Then in front of the police department,
You
yeah.
know, you do a drop in there, it's like,
Yeah,
Bank
that's
of America.
a good idea.
Yes.
Makes sense.
All right, on those two, I can follow up with Wells Fargo and Union Bank, because I have business with them, so
Yeah.
I'll find out. and get back to you guys at the next meeting.
Okay.
Anything else? So now is there a motion to adjourn?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Meeting adjourned, 7 o'clock.
That was quick.
Yeah, it was a slam.